Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The market's in red today, but that's okay. If you've been following my channel and watching the videos in recent days where I've been talking about price action, the fact that we've seen this this negative red territory should not be terribly surprising to you. We knew that there was a reasonable probability this was going to occur. And so I just want to say, XRP panic sellers, and there are many today, XRP panic sellers will have their entire lives to regret what they've done. And they can cry themselves to sleep thinking about the missed opportunity. Look, I'm not telling anybody to buy or sell or hold. You do whatever the hell you want. It's always fascinating to me. Like, literally every single time that the price is going down, this does mean that people, they've got the emotions, they're feeling the feels, and has nothing to do with long-term viability of XRP or anything like that, and nothing has fundamentally changed, but there's always a certain percentage of XRP holders. It's true of any crypto or any stock too. It's just fascinating that they're like, ooh, it's gone down in price. This is terrifying to me. I'm now going to panic. Like, this is what happens. And so do whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm just encouraging you to remove the emotion from all this. But I always think back to this YouTuber back in mid-December 2017. I don't know who the guy was, but I'll never forget watching this video. And he was talking about how he had been holding XRP for so long, but it just wasn't doing anything. What a wasted opportunity. All of his other cryptocurrencies were going up, but not XRP, so he sold it and put it into something else that had already started going up to some degree. And I kid you not, it was either like 2 or 3 days later, XRP began its biggest bull move in history when it went from the low 20-cent region up to almost $4. And so this guy did what the stereotypical retail speculator did. It wasn't about whether or not the XRP itself would eventually go up in the future. It's that he was bored with it, and he was comparing it to other things. It doesn't make sense to do that, but this is how stereotypical, unsophisticated retail speculators behave. And so my strategy has always been to do, instead of that, nothing. I do precisely nothing, other than I buy, and then I hold. But no, it's not about timing markets or this or that, or trying to get in at lower prices. Look, I want to be clear. I don't have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos all up on the internet as a fun hobby. But I do think it's fun to talk about this stuff. And so I'm going to share with you opinions and comments from a few different chart analysts, how low is XRP going to go here, in all likelihood? And what about Bitcoin, which of course leads the market? What levels do we need to watch for? And I'll say this also at the outset, for anybody that's fearful out there, like, I still firmly believe we are absolutely in a bull market, and despite pullbacks like this, which of course are going to happen, nothing goes up in a straight line forever. The bull market's intact. I'm still absolutely anticipating XRP smashing through its all-time high at some point in the future and entering a new realm of price discovery. Bitcoin's going to go. The whole market's going to go. The most exciting, fun fireworks are yet to be had here. But as I record this, XRP is down to $1.06 after hitting very recently, what did it get up to? About $1.35, I think. So it's down a fair bit. Hey, welcome to crypto. I feel bad for the people that jump in, though. It's like are you not aware? Like, do you think that just because you jumped into crypto, like the price of XRP or whatever you're buying, it will never go down again? Do you really think it's never going to be worth less than when you purchased it? Because that's true for almost 0% of humans. The odds that you're going to buy the very bottom of a market and you're never going to experience a lower price, it's almost 0%. So even if you're trending upwards, as crypto has been for over 12 years, still, whenever you buy something, you should assume it's going to be worth less than when you bought it. But you can't time the bottom, so it's okay. Like, it doesn't mean beat yourself up. That's just how it goes. Bitcoin's at $46,628. Market cap a little over $2 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 43.58%. And so XRP, it's at its 24-hour low right now, $1.06. It was as high as $1.19 within the last 24 hours. Crypto fear and greed index down to 71. So still in greed. The market's still in greed, but some people have already panicked. So on the scale of 71 out of 100, that's where we're at. And don't forget, it was maybe a month and a half ago. The fear and greed index for crypto was at like 10 out of 100, indicating extreme fear. Of course, it teeter-totters back and forth, and it always will. Here's a tweet from the blockchain backer. I watched his most recent video, and he wrote here, high tension as XRP price chart battles retrace along with Bitcoin and altcoin market. And so he acknowledged it's certainly possible that you could see some lower XRP price action in the short term, but he absolutely remains completely confident that yes, and I do too, at some point this market cycle, XRP way more likely than not is going to just fly north, and it's going to hit its all-time high, and it'll enter a new realm of price discovery. So his targets of $10 to $13, peak XRP peak for this market cycle, he still believes that's what's in the cards. And there's this too. He also mentioned here, and this is just like 3 hours ago, he tweeted this out, Cardano playing on top of all-time high. Look, what we're seeing from crypto, it's not what you'd expect in a bear market. Like, all indications are, yes, this is just a little bit retraced to the downside, fine, and we had a big run up. It wasn't long ago that Bitcoin was at like $29,000 or so, which leads the market again. So it's not surprising to see all of this here. Now here is a short thread with Credible Crypto, a very popular chart analyst, and somebody named Ahmed tagged Credible Crypto and wrote, "Hey Credible Crypto, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you of H-bar hitting your conservative price targets?" And I know this is obviously not an H-bar centric YouTube channel, but there's a reason I'm highlighting this thread here. And then he retweeted that and just wrote 10. So indicating that his price targets for a cryptocurrency called H-bar, he's fully confident that it's going to hit the $2 to $5 range that he keeps talking about. And I don't know what it is now. Actually, I haven't checked them. I don't know if it's around like 20 cents or something like that. It might be. I don't know. It's been a long time since I checked H-bar, actually. But anyway, somebody named Dan responded to that and wrote, "Would you be selling 100% as close to the top as you can, or would you consider staking some when possible?" And then he wrote 100%. So he fully intends. He's made this clear. He said this about XRP and every other crypto, and I'm pretty well on the same page as him. As long as I'm sufficiently enticed, I'm not against the idea of like selling all of my crypto. And then I just buy back in heavily after the market tanks. Because these 4-year cycles, it's worth playing those. Right? I'll say that. Just from one extreme to the other, I'll play those. And when I see a bubble form, okay, yeah, I'm game. I just don't want to do like the day-to-day getting in and out of positions. That's a bunch of nonsense. So anyway, he wrote 100%. Staking is cool, but if the value of the asset I am staking is going to drop 70%, that outweighs any potential gains from staking, in my opinion. And I look at it the same way too. And then Dan wrote, "Understandable, thanks. What's your thoughts on this super bull cycle that some analysts are calling for? With actual utility coming from some crypto projects, do you think it's likely that the 4-year cycle theory could come to an end?" And I'll give you my answer here first. There's no indication that it's going to come to an end. Humans are behaving about the same as they did last market cycle, and it's very easy to see this. It's because the market moves in tandem. If individual cryptos, if we had reached maturity of this asset class to a point where cryptocurrencies are actually like money's going into them based on real world utility, based on their own merits, that would be one thing. But we're not seeing that. People don't know what the hell they're doing, and so yes, there's utility coming from XRP and just a select few cryptocurrencies, but by and large, the market just hasn't figured this out. So my answer is no. It's not just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. And so Credible Crypto wrote, "Never believed in the 4-year cycle theory myself. Bull cycles have been getting longer every time." Yeah, and so it's more like about 4 years. But from what I've seen, and I've seen it argued both ways, but a lot of analysts, I think, do believe that it's the case that each bull cycle is lengthening slightly with every single one. And for the analysts that disagree, like for instance, I know DIY Investing disagrees with that. He thinks it's pretty well just spot on 4 years, every 4 years to this point. I think it depends. It'd be interesting to hear them have a conversation on this topic, like Credible Crypto and DIY Investing, because they disagree on this. And to me, as best I can tell, the reason that they disagree, I think, is because they're considering the beginning and end points of each cycle to be different days. And so then you're coming to different conclusions. That's what it looks like to me, but I'm not completely sure. But many analysts do think that the cycles are lengthening. And then there was this. Somebody asked Credible Crypto, is this pullback the pullback you were expecting at $52,000 to $55,000 Bitcoin? If so, this is good news. If not, then we need to brace ourselves at $52,000 or above again for an even steeper fall to early 40s at least, ? And then Credible Crypto responded, "We could correct to the mid to low 40,000s here, but regardless, I would still be cautious at $52,000 to $60,000 Bitcoin." So yeah, so he's indicating here for Bitcoin, which leads the market, of course, heavy resistance still going to be a thing in that range of $52,000 to $60,000, but Above that, less so. And eventually it's going to get there anyway. So however long it has to bounce off resistance, eventually it'll find support and it'll take off here again, I think, anyway. And then somebody asked Credible Crypto. I thought this was an interesting topic. Hey man, is 80% XRP too much for a portfolio? The other 20% is Algo, HBAR, XLM. Incredible Crypto shared his opinion and wrote, I think it's a bit much myself, but it's a pretty personal choice in my opinion. If there is nothing else you are confident in much, then maybe not. And so yeah, it's up to each individual to make this call for themselves. For me, I'll just say this. XRP is my largest holding, and it is a substantial percentage of my crypto holdings. But you know, here the reason, like one of the biggest reasons, is because while I've been accumulating, I've never known at what point people are going to start caring about utility, and when that happens, my other crypto holdings, if utility starts to matter and they're not actually doing anything, like Ethereum Classic, for example, I might have a bad day if that happens, and I've recognized that. And so I fully believe that we're not going to have the market sufficiently factor in utility until after this bubble pops. Because it's clear, like humans are just behaving, like I said a moment ago, the same as they were last market cycle. And so for me, the soonest that might happen is after this bubble, crypto bubble on the whole, inflates and then pops, and then maybe. And so that's why for me, I don't know for sure if I'm going to be selling all of my XRP. If I'm not enticed to sell, I'm not enticed to sell. And so what if I don't sell all of my crypto holdings, I don't sell all of my XRP, and then we're to the downside, and now utility starts to matter? Well, I feel like, this is just my humble opinion, you do whatever you want, don't buy or sell or hold because of this, but I'm just saying for me, all crypto is risky, investing, sure, but to me that holding XRP through that seems like a safer bet than holding Ethereum Classic, for example, and some other crypto, because I hold about 2 dozen different cryptocurrencies. And I'm not confident that the vast majority of them are going to be around if you fast forward a decade or two. Probably not. That would be my bet, right? And then there was this Credible Crypto. He was just talking about how low XRP might get, and he said he's waiting for local lows at $1.05 and below before buying. And so again, he is a long-term holder, but he has a smaller bag that he's willing to trade with. And most people that are traders, they lose money, so I think it's bad for most people. But if he's able to actually get profits out of it, it's worth it to him, go for it. For me, it's not worth the stress, and I know that humans are bad at it in the stock market and in crypto. There's no shortage of data proving this. So I'm like, why? Just that you're thinking, I was like, why would I want to do that to myself? Why don't I just be patient, and then I don't have to worry about a damn thing? I can sleep easy at night. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Michael Vandepop. Couldn't break the critical area for Bitcoin. Might be making a slight bounce here, but overall trend is south for a little. Massive support around $44,000. Invalidation if breakout above $49,000 happens, and mostly $51,000. And here's the chart that he shared right there. So this is in line with what he's been saying more or less to expect over the last few days in particular. So it shouldn't be surprising to anybody watching this video that, yeah, we were in that $50,000 range-ish, and there wasn't support there, and it felt like this is not surprising. Nothing goes up in a straight line forever. Chart analyst Josh Rager wrote the following: Bitcoin rejected off the level near $50,000 as expected, but moved back up and reclaimed that level, and it's on. And so at some point, again, it's going to get there, and things are going to get much more exciting again. I don't know how long we're going to be kind of range bound here, and it doesn't matter. And that's why I just look at what's happening with the market. Like the fact that XRP, and now as I recorded, it's at $1.07. That means people panic sold it, and it's endless. I guess I don't know, a broken record, but it really is like endlessly fascinating. Like humans do this to themselves. Like why? It's like, I think my way is better. My way of just holding and doing nothing, I think it's superior. I think I'm going to outperform about 100% of traders out there, or people, even if they don't consider themselves traders, like the people that try and get in and out of, or do get in and out of positions frequently, try and time markets. I'd be willing to bet that I'm going to outperform them. Just about 100%, if not 100% of them. Because that's what the data tells me to expect. That's a reasonable expectation. So, exciting times ahead. I'm feeling good. Let me know how you are doing in the comment section below, but I'm out for now. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.